welcome to another Watcher of Realms video, and in this video we are going to be doing some summons for the new character Kane and also Lord Praetus. There is an ancient banner up right now, as you can see, and this is pretty nice. Praetus, one of the more desirable lords, so it does make this banner a little bit more attractive to actually pull on to try and get the new character Kane. We did have a character released a couple of weeks ago. It might have even been last week. I can't remember, a Sithra, and she looked really nice as a character, but the lord she was with was Demi, so it just wasn't as attractive to your average player. I think mostly the people who went on in on that just really wanted Sithra, or had massive amounts of ancients, or were spenders. So I can understand it, but for me it was a skip. I don't have Praetus, but strangely enough I actually don't want to get him. I am about 110 away from pity, so I'll do 100 max here. I'm just trying to get Kane. If we get any luck with Kane at all, I'm just going to stop. If I get him in my first 10 pull, we will stop. But I'm going to try and not hit my pity for Praetus. If I just get a random lord on the way, it is the way it is. We'll see what happens. We'll start the pulls right now, as we are doing my summons first. And we want to get a legendary as soon as possible, and we want it to be a non-lord. Pretty much as simple as that. It doesn't really get much simpler than that. It doesn't get too much simpler than that. Not too much simpler. No lightning here. There is actually a event going on for summoning, which looks actually pretty decent. 10,000 points does seem quite achievable. So you're getting 1,000 points per 10 pull here, so it's reasonably achievable. No lightning. With an epic, it seems we're getting about 1,000 points. If we get a couple of epics, even better. The lords, I think, yeah, slightly more points. Slightly more points. I can feel the lightning and it just doesn't come. Just no lightning comes. We're getting a character in that last slot every single time. It's kind of funny. Okay, come on, this is the one. This is the one. No. No. If we get an epic in this last slot again, it's so bizarre. Okay, we get one early. A little bit early. Okay, here we go. It's definitely an epic. No lightning so far. I think I've done at least 50. I think I started at 136. Yeah. So we're only going to do 40 more. I do need to get some fortune. Ooh. Ooh, we're getting epics, but no lords. No legendary, should I say. We are getting epic lords. Okay. 30 more. I'm getting epic every 10. There's a lords. There's a lords. There's a lord. That's going to be a decent amount of points. 2,000. So I'm pretty much guaranteed the 10k at this point, I think. Even if I stop on the next 10. Okay, it's going to be at least an epic. Okay, I think this is pretty much the last 10 I do. Let me just double check where I'm at on my summons. I'm pretty sure I'm 160. 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 160, 165, and the next one will take me to 175. So it won't hit pity, because the pity rule timer is 185. So I can do another 10 at least, and then I'm gonna hit pity. We want to just hit Kane. I might do some singles, like 5 or 6. Okay, just don't be a lord. That's not a lord. Just be Kane. We Kane and we gone. Kane and we out. Kane and we out. Boom. Oh, man, I had to go all the way. I'm like 10 away from getting a lord. So this is actually like perfect scenario for me personally, where I get the character. It took a lot of summons. I get the character. I'm now 10 away from getting a lord, and I wanted to save my Lord Pity for a new lord that comes out in the future. This actually went perfect for me. Perfect. No more summons. It wasn't perfect. If I would have got him in the first 10, that would have been perfect. But we'll take. Brand new Kane. It does look like a cool character. I'm now 10 away from getting a Lord. We're going to back out. I can see my event progress. If I go into Spiritual Altar, we can just scroll down a little bit. And we can see I've got the whole 10k. That's kind of nice. That is actually kind of nice. All the juicy bits. And I'm going to obviously get loads of diamonds back from selling off all those rares. A pretty successful 100 summons. No lords. The desirable character that I wanted to get. And a bunch of points. It seems. That's it for my little summons. Thank you very much for tuning into this little one. And we'll move on to someone else. Okay, now we move on to Seyyaf's account. And he has got just below 140, but with the ancients we're going to get back, it'll be over 140 by a little bit. And he has very recently got a Lord. As you can see, he did get an Astia right here. And he has 5 summons in. And he wants a Praetus. So, no guarantees. We have to get lucky. I don't think he would mind getting a Kane. Kane is obviously not a Lord, so it's not like he's getting a Kane instead of Praetus. But he wants a Praetus. If we can get any other juicy non-Lords along the way, happy days. Best of luck to Seyyaf. Here we go. Let's get a Lord nice and early for this man. Regardless, he's going to get huge amounts of diamonds back. 140 summons is a lot of diamonds back. And he should do pretty well in that event. He should clear it without too much of a problem. Which is also a fair bit of diamonds and ancients and legendary skill gems and so on and so forth. But we want to see lightning. Lightning. Not now. We need the lightning. There's Wrath. We get some points. Ooh. Ooh. So close. That's another 1,000 points nearly. Is this going to be the lightning? The way it works with the cube is when you do your 10 pull, it starts to spin instantly. You know it's got a chance of being a legendary. But if it sits still instantly, you know it's got no chance because it's going to be blues. So this one sat still. So this is a blue pull. So it's going to be only blues. But if we do this one, it's spinning instantly. So we know it's at least an epic. Oh. Ooh. And whether it's going to be lightning or not, that's the random bit. That is the random bit. 69 more to go. It took me 100 to get the lightning. At 1%. I think it's actually 2% chance to get a legendary on this banner. So they should come out reasonably decent amount. 3 Lords is nice though. That was a decent amount of points. Rourke as well. It's an older character. It's not new. This is a rare pull. After getting 3 epic Lords, they're going to tax. 49 more to go. Where's the lightning game? Where is the lightning? Where is the lightning? I'm going to go and claim the ancients from the events. 3 more 10 pulls and some singles. Come on. 143 total summons. We expect more than one legendary, honestly, with that. This is gonna be a tax pull. Let me just double check the rates. I'm pretty sure it is 0.8 plus 1. So you're looking at nearly 2% from 140. We're looking at like 2 or 3. 2 or 3. And right now we're sitting on 0. 0. 13 more summons. Give us lightning. We've got to get lucky in singles. Now, I will be honest, the last 3 singles, I have been really lucky on people before. But this is crazy. This is crazy. You hate to see it. Okay, that is not an epic at least. Gorza. Last chance. It's a rare. That is very, very bad. 143 and nothing. Nothing. And this is why people are calling for a pity for the non-lords. Pity for non-lords. And I think a pity for non-lords as well as lords would be fair, because then at least you'd be getting legendaries at least every, you know, 100, 150 pulls guaranteed. Rather than sitting in a situation like this, where it just feels crap. Feels crap. Now, Seyyaf's free to play, so he managed to accumulate all of those summons free to play, but the cost of those summons is somewhere in the region of $500 to $600 worth of summons. So if you spent $500 to $600 and got absolutely zero out of it, yeah, you'd feel really bad too. Sorry for that, Seyyaf, but I'm going to keep this in the compilation video because it's always good to show people how terrible it can be sometimes, and this was terrible. I am sorry, but you're like 30 away from Lord Pity now, so the next Lord that comes up, you can guarantee yourself a roll at it, and hopefully you get really lucky, and hopefully it's a new Lord that's really powerful. But yeah, thank you very much for letting me do the summons, and I'm sorry we didn't get anything for you, but unfortunately that's the way it goes sometimes. Now we have more summons, this time on Parko's account. He has got 200, and he is 75 or so into Pity. Guaranteed Lord to come out here. He does want Praetus. If we get Praetus, likely we're going to stop. Let's see if we can get as much luck on the way as possible here for Parko. Doing these summons, best of luck. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. We can get really lucky here. As many epics as possible, because if we get a you know, Praetus very early, we want as many points for the event as possible as well. Lightning early. That is a Lord. That is a Lord. And it's Praetus after 20 summons. I'm pretty sure that Parko's going to want to stop here. And I'm just going to tell you how lucky this is, guys. I opened Parko's Guild Boss rewards, and he got a summoning, what is it, a Soul Stone, Legendary Soul Stone. Not a Lord one, just a normal one. But he got a Soul Stone. Then he gets 20 summons and a Pope. Yeah, okay. Okay, okay. There's still, you know, 8 or so more summons to go here, something like that. 6 or 7. Okay, not going to hit the double Lords. He got 2,700 points. He's on 183 summons. Let's see how he's done in this event, because he might want to do a little bit more summons just to finish off the event. This would be like 50 more summons. I'll check in with him, but he might want to save too. He's going to get some Ancients back here and some Diamonds, but he might want to save too. Let's have a little check what he wants to do. Parko says, let's finish that event, and we're going to do it on the Ancients as well. He has 183, so we're going to go down to like 133, 123. We'll try and keep track. He needs 5,510 points. Let's see if we can get some legendaries, particularly he wants a Velara on the way. He gets taxed after getting Pope. Makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense to me. Next 10. It's going to be an epic. We'll try and keep track of the points, like I say. It's going to be like 800 points here. If we get a legendary, big boost to the points, obviously. Multiple epics, Lord epics as well. There we go. Epic Lords should be like, it's over 1,000. Should be maybe 1,100s. 1,600. Lovely. Lovely. Give us some lightning. Give us some lightning. Okay, we'll do 20 more summons. Just see where we're at. Oh no, this is the last 10. I think we're going to be a little bit short. We might have to do 10 more. We'll just see where we're at with the event. Let's have a little quick look. I think we're going to be just a little short. But if we're done on the event, I think we're done on the summons. Yeah, one more temple will get it done. Let's have a little look. Let's have a little look. Best of luck. Last 10. This is just to get the event done, but you never know. You never know. It is going to be at least an epic. Oh, okay. Pope is not bad, and now he's 50, 60 into next pity. Oh yeah, this is where we get all the epics. He's going to be 60 into pity, and he knows that he only needs to get like 10 more summons to guarantee another Lord. And there's surely going to be another Lord coming out in the future. That is good. Parko has got some of the top tier Lords. Ingrid now, Praetus, and Nastya, so he doesn't need to go in on any of those banners. I think he can save. And being on 100+ summons and feeling good about your ancient situation is actually really nice. Thank you very much to Parko for letting me do your summons. And enjoy your new Pope. Okay, the final summons in this video are going to be Bashaum's. And he has got 132 summons here. He's all in for Kane because he's not guaranteed to get a Lord here. You can see we have got a Lord quite recently, about 40-50 summons ago. He's not going to hit the 185. He's going to be just a little bit short, which isn't necessarily a terrible thing. And he wants to stop if we get Kane. Just roll the dice, see if we can get lucky. Maybe get some other good stuff on the way. But let's go in for a Kane for Bashaum. The earlier the better. The earlier the better. Points are always good too, but if we can save summons, it will always be nice. First 10 gets a double greeds. Legendary. Non-Lord. Is it Kane in 20? That would be perfect. That would be perfect. It's a Cassiel. Okay. He's a new. I think he'd be quite happy with that, actually. Ancient exclusive. New character. If it was Kane, it would have been crazy. Is there anything else in this 10? There is. There is. We shall continue because we're looking for Kane here. But Cassiel's cool. I think that's the first ever Cassiel I've pulled for somebody. I don't think anyone wanted any summons on his actual banner. And this is the first bit of luck. Not too bad. After 20 as well. You saw recent luck hasn't been too bad either. Got a couple of legendaries in there. Well, that's the tax. We'll skip that one. Give us some more lightning. Give us lightning. 2% overall for a legendary. Good start. It's a good start. Ooh. Epic. We're getting the points at least. The event should be pretty nice for... There's another great. There's no rate ups on epics, so it is kind of bizarre actually. It's kind of bizarre. No lightning. So many greeds. There's a wrath. Greed needs wrath as a lord. A lot of points there. Summons are disappearing. There's lightning. That's a non-lord again, I think. I'm pretty sure that's a non-lord's. Giselle. Now, Giselle is not very good. She's surely in line for a rework. But it is a new character. You know, getting new characters is always nice. But she is not very good. I think she's got a bond skill. Is there a double? I'm pretty sure she's got a bond skill with somebody. Is it with Celine, who also isn't, you know, amazingly good? And Celine was an event character. I think that Bashaum will have Celine. We shall continue. It's a shame. We're really high rate up on getting a Kane now. So if we did get another legendary, surely it would be a Kane. Surely. We need more lightning. We've only got a couple more 10s to do it. And then a couple more singles. Oh, the triple. The triple. But 2 legendaries isn't too bad. One's very good. One not so much. Okay, last 10, and then we'll get into the singles. Nothing off the last 10, just an epic. Okay, the 2 singles. The first one is going to be a rare. What is the second one going to be? It could be a legendary. It's not. It's an epic. It's an epic. It's a Vargas. What I'll do is I'll claim Bashaum's rewards, because he did say to go all in. I'll claim his rewards. I'll take his just his ancients from here, and we'll just do those 4 ancients. Let me just double check that he's claimed everything as well that he can get from, let's say, Immortal Codex. He's on top of it. He's on top of it. What about, did I see Brave Conquest? I mean, he could get 2 more there. I'll leave that in his hands. We'll do these singles. 4 more singles and a dream. Okay, that one's going to be tax. Next one. That one's also going to be tax. Next one. Also going to be a rare. So it comes down to the last one. It's also going to be a rare. Well, we didn't get Kane, but we did get 2 new characters, and one of them is good, which is obviously nice. And now Bashaum is basically like a 10 pull away from hitting a legendary lord. Something like that. He didn't want Praetus, so it kind of worked out for him. He's actually in the same situation as me, about a 10 pull away from a legendary lord. Hopefully he gets a nice lord when he decides to do that 10 pull. But thank you very much to Bashaum for letting me do your summons. I massively appreciate it. Congrats on the 2 new characters. One obviously a lot better than the other. So that's it for today's summons. Lots of ancients for people. Lots of legendaries. Hopefully everyone's happy with what they got. A kind of mixed bag. There was obviously an atrocious session in there, but I always like to keep the bad ones in there just because I liked it to be like an honest pull. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Make sure you give a nice thumbs up if you liked it. Thank you very much for tuning in. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.